Hey everyone, welcome to our live. I'm Heather and we are coming to you live each and every day so you learn. So you learn more and more about Luminous and what we have to offer and ask questions and all that fun stuff. So okay, so Sean, I see your message. Still working on it, but it still comes out blotchy. What am I doing? So it's this, the pulling back of the trigger. Well, it could be a couple of things. So let's go over, because we always cover like the basics. I keep rolling, my chair keeps rolling. So let me pull this up. Sean, I'm gonna kind of do it reverse so you can see this. These are the things that we tell you guys to do when you're first starting out. And so the one thing that you need to practice, and you can practice on a piece of paper, a tissue, a paper towel, whatever makes it easier. But seeing it being sprayed sometimes, let me do it this way. Seeing it being sprayed sometimes will help you understand what you're doing when you're airbrushing. And so make sure that you do keep it 4 finger widths away from your face, that you keep moving and that you're not staying in one spot too long, because that's what we want to do with traditional makeup. We're like, oh, I got to cover that. And you stay there too long. You also want to tend to move closer because we're used to touching our face. So make sure that you are staying 4 finger widths away. And then the pulling back of the trigger, it is barely pull back on that trigger. But I would recommend doing that on a piece of paper, paper towel work. And that way you really do get to see how you're spraying. And if you can spray the whole paper towel or tissue without it looking streaky, wet, hot spots, things like that, then you know you got it down. Real fast, this is our starter kit. This is the Legend, or I'm sorry, the Icon. It's we also have the Icon Pro. We also have the Legend. All the instructions, everything we're going over are the same. So regardless of what system you have, they're all going to be the same. It does come with the 2 bottles. So if you're first starting out, you're practicing, use these bottles to help you understand more about Luminous and how it works. It also comes with a bottle of love and a bottle of blush too as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Patty, good to see you. All right, so we did regular concealer last hour, and I want to do the CC concealer this hour. So I'm going to shake this up, and we are going to concentrate on some contouring. And so that is something that we do occasionally that I find very important for my face. So Sean asked, is silk the best one for older skin? And silk, I like the silk. And yes, I feel it is. Just because it does have anti-aging properties in it. It has your moisturizer primer, it has your concealer, and it has your foundation. So you can go straight to airbrushing. It is the more forgiving foundation. And so that's the one I prefer. All right, so I have my CC concealer. I'm gonna use this underneath my eyes. I start my movement, and then as soon as I feel it, I start moving down my face. You do not want to go into, like, don't go one area twice. They'll be overlapping. So I'm not going to pull back on the trigger now, but you see, like, okay, if I felt it now, then I start moving down, down, down. Okay. So you're not going to be in the same area, but there will be overlap. And then to get the coverage, you're going to go back. So I can go back in here and get my coverage. I can go in and hide these little, start hiding. Remember, it's our pre-coverage. Start hiding those. But see how they're pretty much already gone. All right, and that's something we've been covering up every single time. I'm now going to use just the bronze shimmer. Oh, no, I'm not, because we're going to do some blush. I mean, we're contouring, so I don't need the bronze shimmer. I'm going to use Tulip. And I'll take that and do my 2 drops of Tulip Blush. I'm going to do it a little bit higher this time. Again, making my move before pulling back on the trigger. Okay. And you can already see the blush is coming up roses. It's already coming up. All right. And now I'm going to grab, is this my shade? Yep. I'm going to grab my foundation, shaking it up. And putting my drops right in here. All right. And then I go in, make 1 pass with the foundation. Lightly pulling back on my trigger. Make sure you go down your neck because you don't want that demarcation line. We know that our face doesn't stop right there. We blend that down. Now that I've made 1 pass, now I can go in, okay, what else do I need? What else needs to be covered? So I'm also going to go in here and blend the blush just a little bit more. Okay, like that. Now see how nice and blended it is. All right. That is the CC Concealer Foundation. Okay. Now, because we're doing, I wanted to focus on some contouring. I want to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to do contouring with traditional makeup. You can do it with our matte bronzer. You can do it with, if you're new to contouring, you can contour with airbrush and just a couple of shades darker than you are. So if I'm a 3, I could contour with a 5, even a 4 if you wanted to, if you didn't want to do it too, crazy. Contouring does not have to be like this, boom, 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 like extreme lines or in. Oh no, I forgot my brushes. Okay, so I can't contour it with the traditional. So I'm going to contour it with airbrush. Dadgummit, I put them on the counter and I forgot to bring them in here. All right, so now we're going to grab the, good thing I didn't use the other one. All right, so now, change. I'm going to use the matte bronzer. I'm going to shake this up. And just like I tell you that you can use blush first and then airbrush the foundation on over it, when you're first starting to contour it, you can do the same thing. You can contour first, add the blush, and then add your foundation. And that way everything is nice and blended, especially when you're first starting out. You might find you like it better that way anyway. When we are telling you guys to practice and we're like, just feel the air, this is when that's going to become an even, like, it'll be handy for you because you'll want to really focus on where that air is. And so you know exactly where the makeup is going. So if I go in here, oh, hello, Amber. Oh, warm and humid. Ugh, I get you, girl. I'm going to put my drops right in here. Now let's go over some things real quick. When we first started talking today about contouring, I think it was Candy who asked about the forehead. And a forehead is if you can put 4 fingers from your eyebrow to your hairline. That's a forehead. Okay? So I have like a 3.5 head. If you have a 3 head or a 2 head, contouring might not be something you're going to do a lot of on your forehead. Now, when I used to wear my hair all back, even though I didn't have a huge forehead, but because I was wearing my hair back, I wanted to give some shape to my face. Because remember that airbrush or that foundation and concealer are evening you out, covering imperfections. So they're making you what we call flat. It's just no movement to your face. It's just bloop. Then adding that color, so adding the cheeks, hey, that's popping through. Adding some highlight, maybe here, that's going to make my eyes pop. Contouring, that's going to create cheekbones. So contouring and highlight, that's going to create some shapes to your face. That's why you can hide things that we need to hide or bring out things that we want to bring out. So on the cheek area, a good golden rule is from the middle of your ear, starting at the middle of your ear, going towards the corner of your mouth, but stopping where the color of your eye is, where the color of your eyes start. That's going to bring you some cheekbones, because that'll be like, right there is where I want it. And then you can also do it right at your jawline, and you'll notice when I do my contouring, because this is why I love contouring, it gets rid of this. All right, so watch real closely. And again, you can do this with airbrush, or you can do this with the Cut One palette, if you have the Lion King palette, you can do it with this one too. All right, so I have, and another thing is you can do like a 3 here is another way of doing it. So I'm going to start again, not doing it until I get it to where I want it, because I am concentrating on one specific area. So I am going to give each side a little time. I can do it up here. Now, if I was doing this first, I wouldn't have to really worry about it as much, because I could blend it, I could tweak it, I could fix it before doing the foundation. I'm going to do my jawline. So I'm creating shadows to make my chin disappear. Okay. Now I can go back, do a little here. Okay. Can you guys see the difference? Now you're also contouring when it comes to eyes. All right. So that's why we put the darker color, the matte color in our crease, because we want to create depth there. We want that to go in, and we usually do a shimmer or a lighter color on the lid, or a lighter color in here, and definitely the lighter color here. Now I already have, like I had foundation, and I think I have some blush on my lid, but if I go in and I'm going to grab the contour just with the, I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can do this without. I'm going to go back. Now see how it's making the eyes pop, because we're giving it some dimension. Just sticking that right in the crease. And if you follow that crease all the way around down the side of your nose, you can also do it that way. Hello, Allison. Good to see you. You just got the icon? So I'm going to go back and forth on here. And then you can even contour down your nose. And I can go back and tweak that even more. Okay. So again, you need to pick and choose where you want your contour, what you want. I know that I want to pop up my cheekbones. I know that I want this to disappear. So there are things that I'm going to do every time I contour, because I want to make sure that I cover those. All right. Now this is glow. This is our highlighter. So just like contouring, it's the reverse. So it's going, instead of hide, it's going to bring out. So think about what you want to come forward. So a lot of times it's going to be brow bone, very, very light. I can even go down my nose to highlight in the center here. Now, if you see my Mariette lines right here, watch that. So super light. I'm going in and making that stand out so you don't see it as much, right? And I can highlight a little there too. Yay, this one's sticking out more than. There you go. So I can do it under my eyes. Very subtle. And there you go. Now, do you always have to do the highlight and contour? No. Do you have to do it super strong? No. It can be very subtle. You can highlight with some shimmer, depending on, like, if you wanted to highlight with some shimmer on the cheekbone, down the middle of the nose, Cupid's bow. Those are things that are gonna, you know, stand out a little bit. So I'm taking the Optics palette. So if I did just a little bit, because I don't have my brushes with me right now, I can do that. And that's just going to give me just a very subtle shimmer to make certain things stand out. Remember, highlight what we want to bring forward, contour things that we want to hide or bring in. Again, you can do different levels of it every day. You don't have to do as severe every day. It could be very subtle. And sometimes like a lot of times I'll contour and I won't even do a blush. I'll just contour and then I'm good to go. Won't even apply a blush. So a lot of different ways you can do it. Easy enough, right? All right, guys, we're going to be back. Woo! We're going to be back at 4 for our last one of the day. Thank you so much for joining me all on this Monday. So good to see everybody. We have some newbies. We have some people who haven't been here in a while. I appreciate you guys coming. So yeah, join me for our last one at 4 o'clock. We will be here. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.